Good afternoon, Bay Nation. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Bay. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and today we're going to be going over the Thursday night matchup, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's start off with those Bucs. At the quarterback position, we have Tom Brady. There's no question here, you're always starting the GOAT. He's on an absolute tear this year, and he's coming for that MVP. Moving on to the wide receiver positions, you fire up all three major wide receivers. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, all three are viable each week. I see them all as wide receiver twos with upside. Moving on to the running back position, I have Leonard Fournette as a running back two. He's been involved these last couple weeks. I definitely think you fire up Leonard Fournette. And Ronald Jones is not trustworthy at the moment, so keep him out of your lineup if you can. Moving on to the tight end position. Unfortunately, I don't believe Rob Gronkowski is going to be playing in this game. If you're desperate, I go with Cameron Brate out of the two, Cameron Brate or O.J. Howard. I'm not really excited about either of them, to be honest with you, though. If you need to start Cameron Brate, you're searching pretty deep. That being said, there's a sleeper tight end on the other side that I'll be getting to. That's called a teaser in the industry, folks. Moving on to the defense. You absolutely start the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. The Bucs are an incredible defense. They're going to get some sacks, fumbles, picks. I definitely think the Buccaneers are a fantastic defense this week. Fire them up. And Ryan Succop's a solid kicker. I definitely think he can be played as well. Moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts is a solid play. Hurts is going to give you a performance that's strong enough with his legs, where everything he does with his arms is a bonus. I definitely think that he is going to have a fine game against the Bucs for fantasy. I don't think that that's going to equate to real life, because I definitely think that the Eagles are going to have a tough time in this game. So good for fantasy, not great for real life. Moving on to the wide receiver position. Devonta Smith has actually been playing a little up and down recently, but I definitely think that he's a start in this matchup. You cannot run on the Bucs. You gotta throw it. So I think Devonta Smith is going to be viable in this matchup. Fire him up as a low-end wide receiver 2, high-end flex play. And he's the only receiver I'm going to be starting from this matchup. Moving on to the running back position, Miles Sanders is a sit if possible. If you have any other options other than Miles Sanders, I think that you should probably take it. Like I was saying earlier, the Bucs' run defense is absolutely incredible, and he's not getting as involved in the passing game as you would want for a player that's not going to play well in the run game. So I'm going to pass on Miles Sanders. I'm going to pass on Kenneth Gainwell. Even though I think he's going to get some catches, I'm probably trying to stay away from that. A desperation play, if you really need it. He'll get some catches. I definitely think that he'll receive some balls. And who knows, he might get a receiving touchdown, because we know it's not coming on the ground. Moving on to the tight end. Unfortunately, Dallas Goedert is most likely going to miss this game. He's currently on the reserve COVID-19 list. So out goes Dallas Goedert. In comes Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is a solid tight end play for this week. I think with Dallas Goedert out, Zach Ertz is the last man standing. And like I said, you do not run on the Bucs. You pass. So I think that Zach Ertz is going to be a viable play this week. Pick him up as a tight end streamer. You won't regret it. Moving on to the defense. No. Kicker, no. All right, that was the fantasy breakdown. Now it's time to get to Pigskin Pick'em. The spread in this matchup is 6.5 points, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm going to take those Bucs. 6.5 points is not enough for this matchup. They're going to definitely win by at least a touchdown. Are you kidding me? The Bucs are coasting to 5-1. And that's going to do it for this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. If you have any questions, hit me up. And good luck in your matchups this week. Peace.